Yo, what is good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of NBA to the Galaxy Pod, presented to you by DSM Media, as well as your host, myself, the Slim Scotty. You can follow me on X at R2R30111. You can follow your other host here at Scotty Drown, what a guy that is, man. My guy been rolling today. 3 podcast shows today thus far. Give this man a round of applause. He's been putting in that work. Make sure you guys go to, is it on the DSM Media channel?
Yeah,
Uh,
so DSN Media, the Philadelphia channel
okay,
for
yeah.
Faithful Fanatic, and then we got the separate NFL Turf Talk channel. Keep all the NFL content on a in a sole channel. So yeah, tap into the
Yeah.
DSN Media family, including NBA to the Galaxy Pod. Happy to be here with you though, brother.
Yes, sir.
Happy Friday. We had some issues there with some branding problems on the screen.
Yeah.
That's why we were kind of geeking at the beginning of the show, but nonetheless, man, I'm happy to get out here and get 2 shows in this week. Kind of get used to the flow of it as we get closer and closer to the actual regular season. We got some preseason action starting like next week. So as we get closer, we're gonna have to get more and more content out. So it's good. It's good to see your face more than once this week, my man.
Hey, man, it's feel the same. The feeling is mutual for sure. It's always fun when we link up and do this. But as you guys can see by the title, top 15 point guards entering into next season. I mean, me and my guy Scotty, we've been doing this. We started with the centers a while back, and now we finally about to be done with this list. And pretty much around this thing out and get ready to preview this upcoming season. So we will be discussing the top 15 point guards as well as some interesting comments Devin Booker made at Media Day a few days ago. It caught my attention. I mean, Scotty will dive into that. As well as, unfortunately, man, my guy Scotty, Sixers fan, Jared McCain, unfortunate injury. Just as the season is about to tip off, we'll dive into that. And as always, close the show out with the Who You Got weekly segment. But hey, man, let's kick this show off. Where do you want to start with this, bro?
Yeah, bro. Let's go straight to the devastating news of Jared McCain. And his, I believe it was his UCL and his
Yeah,
thumb.
UCL tear his thumb. Yeah.
The first of all, like the injury timeline, it can vary. It depends on the person, but yeah, it usually takes a couple months, anywhere from 6 to 12 weeks, somewhere in that mix, from what I was reading. Um, Obviously, it it just feels like the Sixers are cursed. Like
Seriously, bro. Like,
the injuries, they never stop. It feels like with this team, and then you get to media day today, and you start to hear some of the other stuff about some of the other players and when they may or may not return, and it starts to dim down the season. But just early on in Jared McCain's career to be facing all these injuries for sure.
yeah, for sure, man. You hit on the head for him to be so young. What did he? What was this season ended injury last year? Was it like It was something he tore. I can't.
I want to say a torn meniscus, yeah, in his knee.
Yeah, he missed the rest of the season. I would say he was on his way of winning Rookie of the Year. He
Yeah,
had my vote.
he was
You know,
balling.
I'm not just saying it because you're a Sixers fan. Like the way he kind of elevated his level of play. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, this dude, he a baller.
That's something we
But
didn't see at Duke. I mean, he did, like you said, he elevated his level of play. Because I mean, last season he was playing at a borderline. Like when he started getting like starter minutes, he was playing at a borderline All Star type of level, like on that trajectory. You know what I mean? Like I
yeah,
wouldn't say
yeah.
All Star as a rookie, but
Mm,
he just had a really strong stretch, like you said, before he ultimately had to go out for the season. And now you enter your second year with another injury after you already had to recover from the first. So
exactly. And then, like, to your point, the Sixers franchise may actually be cursed. But I have like 2 questions. A question and a follow up question. Like, how big is this step back for his like growth, his development? Like him entering year 2, coming off that meniscus injury, right? You heal from that. Been putting in the work all season long. Then here you go, sees right around the corner, something like this happened. Like, do you think that this will impact like his development heading into year 2?
it definitely could, and I think the track record for the Sixers with injuries, their history just isn't good in general when it comes to handling injuries.
Hmm.
But I think one thing you could trust with Jared McCain is he's going to work hard. He
Yeah.
seems like a pretty positive guy, and that's what Tyrese Maxey was saying today. He feels really bad for him, but he's a super positive kid. He obviously is very confident in himself. And I do expect he'll find his way this season and find his way back. But yeah, it is a setback because he could have started the season running. He could have started the season competing with VJ and Maxi and all of these guys for minutes. Hopefully, once Grimes or if Grimes gets signed back, you throw him into the mix, and now he'll now have to kind of fight from behind. He'll be starting after those guys have already got into it and got in the mix. So yeah, it is a pretty big setback for him overall, just because of the depth that the Sixers do have at the guard spot. So
Yeah, and then the follow-up question, bro. It's not nothing serious, but why do the Sixers keep running into these cursed injury situations, bro? Like we literally was just discussing before we went on air. The Paul George, he got hurt in this offseason. No doubt about it. Joel Embiid, we know what that's been about the past couple plus years. And
yeah,
now McCain again after what he dealt with last season. Even Maxi went down for a point of
yeah,
time last season. So
yeah,
and we all know the history beforehand. Like even before Joel Embiid got here, like all those lottery picks you guys drafted, they just could not stay healthy.
yeah.
So yeah, man, it's just like they just keep running into these injuries, bro.
Yeah, no, it's never ending, but you just move forward. We're used to it at this point, I would say, as a Sixers fan. So
Yeah,
just move forward. Hope for the best this season. I will say, with the media day, seeing like Maxi, seeing Embiid, it's nice seeing them out there. Seeing Paul George, Daryl Morey sharing his thoughts in the press conference, getting to see all of that. Like the season
yeah,
is approaching. It's something to be excited for. But I do need to see like Embiid get on the court, like before I could get, just overly excited
so,
about it.
yeah, too excited. Yeah,
So it's interesting, but we move. We'll see Jared McKean sometime, probably near December, I'm guessing.
yeah.
So
Around the
hopefully,
around the time he got injured last year. So
yeah, yeah. So he'll be coming back. So
yeah, but
hopefully he can work his way back into the rotation and get off to a fast start when he does return. But yeah, sucky injury news nonetheless, man. Let's talk about something maybe more positive with Devin Booker. I don't know.
in a sense, you know.
Positive for him, it seems like.
So Devin Booker, the Suns did media day a few days ago, and Devin Booker made some interesting comments. He said that the last 2 years were the toughest of his career. Initially, when I heard him say that, I was like, I don't know if I agree with the toughest, but I could kind of see what he mean in a sense, just because you bring in a Kevin Durant, and then you went to go out there and get a guy like Bradley Beal.
Yeah,
First year together, you made the postseason. You got swept in the first round to Minnesota. The following year, this past season, you didn't even make the postseason. So I could kind of see what he mean, like being tough. Like you bring these guys, you form this big three to ultimately win a championship,
yeah,
and you just don't get it done. I mean, you guys fired the head coach, well, two head coaches to be exact, Monty Williams and then Mike Budenholzer,
yeah,
and no, Frank Vogel. Yeah, Frank Vogel. Yeah,
yeah.
not Mike. Frank
Mike
Vogel.
Mike Budenholzer is the coach now.
No, he
No,
got fired as well. Wait,
he,
actually, Monty Williams, Frank Vogel, and then Mike Budenholzer. So
damn.
that is three coaches in 3 years. I want to say. Yeah,
Yeah, because the coach is Jordan Ott.
yeah. He's a new coach, Jordan Hart.
Yeah,
So now, like you go from KD, you had KD, Bill. Now you get Dylan Brooks, Jalen Green. You got Marlon Watts from Duke,
yeah,
Mark Williams. Still got Ryan Dunn, and it's like it's a tough transition to make
yeah,
in a sense, like to go from established stars like KD and I guess you consider Bill somewhat of a star to now just trying to figure it out with Jalen Green and Dylan Brooks or whatnot. So I could see what he mean, but I still disagree. I don't think it's the toughest of his career because when he first came into the league, there was some dark days for the Phoenix Suns. But like some
yeah.
would say they may have been the laughing stock of the league at some point. So yeah.
No, I do see your point. I guess when I hear that and when I think of it, it's like in those dark times when he first got in the league, he didn't really have those expectations. You know what I mean? Like you go into those last couple seasons with KD and Bradley Beal, you're thinking like, yeah, we got a chance to win a championship, like compete at the highest level. And the fact that he went to the finals before he had those guys. So he got that experience, he got that high, and then got that kind of stripped away immediately after, even though it feels like the odds should have gone up for him being able to compete at a high level. So I can see what he means. There was a mixture of injuries in there, whether it was Booker, Beal, or KD. You never really got to see them, I feel like, at full go, full strength. So I don't know. I see what he means, and I see what you mean as well. Like the dark times at the beginning with no expectations, like you're not competing really for anything. And like, yeah, he would have the high score and marks, but I mean, the Suns were not seeing the light of the playoffs. And then you go to that high, and then it just kind of comes down so fast to now. Like you said, you moved on from KD. You're out of the KD Beal period or that era of basketball in Phoenix. And it's just like, man, that's it. That's all you got out of it. It's like
Yeah,
you had to
just
out of this season, like those what 1.5 or 2 seasons that KD ended up there. Um, it was weird. It was all weird the way it all transpired from the start. And quite honestly, Beal and Booker, they never really seemed like they would be a good fit next to each other, especially if you're planning on having both of them start. It would always seem like you would force Beal to step into more of that point guardish type of role and be more of a floor general and playmaker for the Phoenix Suns. So I think now it goes back to not as high expectations, right? Like maybe make the playoffs should be the expectations for the Suns here with the talent they have. But I think you also get to see Devin Booker in his role where he gets to be the one now. Like he gets to go back to being like the definitive one. I feel like there was a little not but I'm not calling it a butting of heads. It's not like that. I think KD and Devin Booker both know when and how to share the ball.
yeah.
But you can argue which one of those guys is the number one on that said team when they're on the on the same team. So it's interesting, man. I feel like Booker could possibly thrive with youth around him, a big man, a few big men that can rebound, play defense, kind of play a little bit faster, get out on the go. It's interesting. I can kind of see, I can see it. Then you think about Jalen Green, the inconsistencies. It's like they're really gonna rely on Jalen Green this season. You know what I mean? Like, so that's the other side of it. But no, not as high of expectations for Devin Booker this season. So maybe that's a little bit of stress off his shoulders. I don't know.
Yeah, like with Jalen Green, like he has to kind of learn. He has to learn to be consistent, and I don't see a better person to like learn that from than Devin Booker.
Fair.
He's
That's fair.
establishing himself as one of the best scorers in his league, so he pretty much should pick his brain as much as he can. But to kind of end this segment, I got one question: like, do you think he's like frustrated with the Suns' direction, like the way they're heading into things, or is he just like reflecting like his own personal thoughts, just you know, speaking his mind, venting out rather.
I think right now he's content with being on the Phoenix Suns and trying and seeing what this season looks like and seeing how it goes. And I think if they can compete, get into the playoffs, he could maybe be content with that, possibly at least for a season or two longer. But it depends how this young talent pans out, if we're being honest, right? Like, can one of these young guys step up and really step into a role where the Phoenix Suns look like maybe a half serious team in the Western Conference? But I do think there will get a point where he reaches frustration, and you see it happen with every superstar in this situation where maybe they can compete and be a middling team in the Western Conference, but they're not going to compete for a championship with this roster right now. And so I think that reality will kick in at some point. I just don't know how long that will take because it feels like he loves like the Suns. It feels like he loves Phoenix and like playing there and like playing for the Suns. So I just don't know how long that loyalty goes. Like Dame Lillard, for example. I don't know how far that loyalty goes to the Phoenix Suns, like to just hang in there and trust that they'll, figure it out and maybe bring in another star at some point, and then that's gonna work. It just feels like
Yeah.
at some point he's
Uh,
a fresh start. So
mm,
that it
yeah.
feels like that happens. But Dame, it seems like Dame regretted leaving Portland, maybe. So
Yeah, basically. I know Devin Booker said that he grateful for the Suns because he was 18 when he came to the league and they embraced him as a kid.
yeah,
But also to your point, I mean, as long as you're getting paid those top dollars, I mean, he ain't gonna be tripping no way. 70 million a year.
he is right. Like,
But to throw this out there, man, and we can end this off this segment, like a team I could really see him like blossoming with, bro, in the near future is the Pistons. Like a backcourt of him and Cade Cunningham. And he got some family ties down there in Michigan. So, it wouldn't be a bad fit.
no, I think that's a great call out. Obviously, the Pistons are going to be a team that's going to look to upgrade over the next few seasons,
Hmm.
really start to compete. So, we'll see, man. They should have the assets. They have a lot of young talent that they can move, young or draft picks, I should say, young talent, which is what the Suns will ultimately be looking for if Devin Booker does force his way out. So, yeah, great segue though. Point guards and Cade Cunningham.
Hmm. But yeah, man, here we go. Top 15, man. It's been a long anticipated week for this. I had text you. Well, no, we was on the pod last time. I was like, man, you guys send me a preview of your list, bro. And I was like, hey, hey, man, the light skinned fella behind me, I ain't like his placement, but it's all good. We gonna talk about it. But how you want to do this, man? 15 and up or one on down?
Yeah, let's finish it out 15 and up because I feel like the top of this list
Oh,
is
okay, okay,
interesting. Let's start at 15 and go from there, bro.
okay. That's a bit. Well, I could kick it off since you did last time. So for me, man, coming in number 15, I have Tyler Hero of the Miami Heat. Scoring point punch, improving in other areas. Pretty solid playmaker. And that's pretty much it. Like he's constantly expanding his game as the years went by. So I have to commend him on that. Just constantly putting in the work. And yeah, that's what I got at 15, Tyler Hero.
I like it. I like it. For me at number 15, I've got LaMelo Ball,
Okay.
which is a very controversial player. I feel like at this point, a lot of people think he's a shot chucker, and rightfully so. It does seem like he gets to do pretty much whatever he wants down there in Charlotte. It You have seen a tendency of players to go there and kind of have inflated.
You know from experience.
I think that's LaMelo Ball here, but you can't deny 25 points per game. I mean, 5 rebounds, 7 assists, 41, 34, 84 shooting splits. He only played 47 games last year. That's why he's a little bit lower than maybe I could add him a little bit higher maybe with those numbers, but only played about half the season. And like I said, like we've discussed several times on this show, quite honestly, um, is he a winning basketball player? That's a big question you have to ask with LaMelo Ball, but he makes my list at number 15, barely.
Yeah, yeah, that's fair. I ain't mad at that. Um, 14, man. Darius Garland, the Cleveland Cavaliers. Very smooth, shifty guard. Nice handle. High IQ, PG. Good playmaker. Great shooter. The reason he's down this low, I say, is because he has to show me what he about in the postseason. Like I know in the regular season he does his thing, but now last year he was better, but the year before that was not so good. But he still got ways to go, just improving. To kind of let us know that he's playable during the postseason instead of like being a target on defense and stuff due to his size and whatnot.
Yeah,
But that's what I got coming in number 14, Darius Garland, DG.
I like it. I like it, man. For me at number 14, I do have Tyler Hero coming in at number 14, man, of the
Okay.
Miami Heat. Guy you had at 15. I like what he did last year. Once Jimmy was like officially traded, he was able to stamp that was his team. He finished the season injured, right? I'm pretty sure he went out for season late. Am I tripping on that? Is that the season before?
No, I think he. I don't know. I think he finished. He played the. Who did they play in the first round? The Cavs. Yeah, I think he may have played in that. I know now. Recently, he
Yeah,
just.
you're right. You're right because no, I remember him impressing me in a few of those games in the playoffs. Now that you say that, maybe it was the play-in that he really sparked off. But nonetheless, I did like him in the lead role. I liked seeing him like with more options as far as being a playmaker. I'm interested to see the steps he could take this season. But with the numbers, you would think he could be a little bit higher. I don't know. I went back and forth with him and my next guy, which I'll go ahead and let you go just so I can kind of discuss that. But yeah, Tyler Hero at number 14 for me, nonetheless.
Okay. What's up? We had 13, correct?
Yes, sir.
This is a guy. I'm man enough to admit this. We've had battles over the past several plus years, but he's kind of grown on to me, to be more exact, over the past couple plus years. And I'm talking about James Harden of the Los Angeles Clippers. High IQ player. Last year he was an All Star, and rightfully so. He pretty much was the main reason they were staying in the mix of things because Kawhi was pretty much out to begin the season. You had to get to do his flowers. Like I said, one of the best passers in this league. Still can pop off and give you 30. Not every night, but when it's needed, he can give you that. Yeah, so that's what I got coming at number 13, James Harden. You know what's so crazy though, bro? Like last year in the postseason, he did it again. He kind of gets to showing you flashes like, man, he can do this, but he just go back to his old ways of just disappearing when it matters the most. So,
I
but I,
think especially now with Harden, you get to the postseason, especially with the way the Clippers were kind of running him during the regular season, he just gets worn down by the time.
yeah, that's fair. He's up in age now.
But to your point, he did that early in his career as well at times. But nonetheless, for me, man, number 13 is going to be Jamal Murray. Obviously, playoff Murray, playoff riser.
Mhm.
That is where he has made his game, his name. But ultimately, I went back and forth with him and Hero, man, and I'm interested in your thoughts on just this frame of thinking. What does Tyler Hero look like with Nikola Jokic on the Denver Nuggets? I do just think I just thought about it briefly. I still put Jamal Murray ahead of Tyler Hero. I have to give him credit for what he's done in the postseason. Obviously, an NBA champion. Still puts up 21 points per game, 6 assists per game in the regular season. The only reason he's not higher is just because of the regular season. Just doesn't necessarily stand out or even try to. It seems like he really focuses on stepping his game up in the
Yeah,
postseason, nonetheless.
that's fair. Jamal, big time Maul. So that's okay. Now we're at 12. So for
Yeah,
me, man, coming in number 12, this is a guy. He just had a recent beef with Patrick Beverly, and that's Trey Young of the Atlanta Hawks. I was one of the best passers in the league today. I've been watching this guy since Oklahoma. He's been coming to his own, All Star. He still got ways to go though. He still got room to improve.
yeah.
They made it to the conference finals many, many years ago, and ever since then, it's like they've been kind of shifting down, but they making their way back up. You're seeing guys like Jalen Johnson elevate his level of play. You got to give Trey Young a lot of credit as well for just putting him in the best position to succeed. So yeah, that's what I got at number 12, man. Trey Young. Yeah.
I like it. I like it. I do have Trey on my list. I will say that. For me, number 12, I'm going to go with a guy we discussed before hopping on the stream because of a topic you had sent me. I had asked you if you were serious, but I'm talking about Ja Morant ultimately. It's really just one of those things like I really just need to see him play consistently. Excuse me, play at a high level consistently, play winning basketball consistently, and quite honestly, just quit all of the off the court stuff.
Mhm.
Get your head focused and in the right place. And yeah, I think he took some steps last season to get there and to kind of mature. I do think he is going in the right on the right track, but just got to step it up again next season and continue that growth mentally. I think all of the talent is there, right? We know the potential that he's been working with, but eventually, if you just continue to have all of the extra stuff, it just doesn't, end up turning into what it's supposed to. But still 23 points per game, 7 assists, a steal per game. If he can get his 3-point shot just a little more efficient, I know we've been saying that for a while, but guys can figure it out. I think that can make him really dangerous, but just a freak athlete, of course.
Yeah. So for me, man, coming in number 11, I have Kyrie Irving of the Dallas Mavericks. This definitely seems too low, even for my own liking. To have Kyrie down this low, but I feel like it's fair in a sense. Last season when they traded Luca, you kind of see him step back into that point guard role
Yeah.
because he was playing alongside Luca. He was basically just focused on scoring the rock, playmaking here and there, but for the most part, just being a bucket. But we all know when Kyrie Irving on the court, he's still an artist with the ball. And yeah, I have him labeled as like the most skilled basketball player of all time, and I can double down on that any day. He's 6'2" with a 6'3" mentality. I mean, he's 6'2" with like a 6'6" mentality. Like he posts guys up. He's a 4 level scorer. Can get to the rim, pull up mid three ball, you name it. And yeah, I got him at number 11, Kyrie Irving.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Number 11 for me is going to be a guy you had just mentioned, Trae Young down in Atlanta. Uh, I kind of agree with everything you said. He's an elite scorer. The efficiency could be a little bit better, right? Just as
A
much
lot
as
bit better.
he does shoot the ball a lot, though. He has a lot of free reign down there in Atlanta. He led the league in assists last year at 11.6.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he obviously distributes the ball. He does a lot for that Atlanta offense. Obviously, defense. That's a big time struggle for him. That's a big detractor. And I think when you have a guard like that that struggles defensively, just undersized in general,
Mhm.
you have to build your team a specific way around that for it
You
to be
do.
effective. And I think the Hawks just haven't been able to do that of late. Obviously, you mentioned he went to the Eastern Conference Finals a few seasons ago. That feels like forever ago, the John Collins days, right? So yeah, I still think Trae Young. He puts up excellent numbers. He's an awesome facilitator. Definitely needs to improve the efficiency, but yeah, Trae Young at number 11, man.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. So, for me, man, coming number 10, you pretty familiar with this guy right here. Some would even call him the franchise. And that's Tyrese Maxey of the 76ers.
Man,
A guy that has grown up to me a lot. I love his game. He's a natural born scorer, can get to the rim easily, shooter. His efficiency kind of went down last year, but I think that that's valid in a sense because his roles was kind of changing. He would go from like the two option to back to like to the one. It was like a back and forth thing, and he still have to learn like the defense that's going to be thrown at him as a number one option. So he still got ways to go, but nonetheless, he made my list, and he's going to keep growing and be a. He was already an all star, right? Or has he been?
he's been an all-star. Yeah.
Yeah, so without a doubt, he's going to be he's going to make the All Star game many more times. So, yeah, that's what I got coming in number 10, Tyrese Maxey.
Wow, Maxi at 10 feels disrespectful. I won't lie, but he's going to prove a lot of people wrong this season. That's no doubt. I like that. Number 10 for me
And
is
so, that disrespectful having Maxey at 10.
yeah. Just my opinion, man. Just my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not
But
against that.
my number 10, nonetheless, man, is a guy you have already mentioned, James Harden. I agree with a lot of what you said, like the playoff woes. I think those are real. I just hope that you can get hopefully a healthy Kawhi come postseason, so that you don't have to rely on Harden to have those 30-point nights every night. Like you said, he can give you a 30-point night. What, maybe 1 out of 4 games in a postseason stretch. But he's a great facilitator. And the reason I have him ranked a little bit higher than guys like Trae Young and such is the fact that he's, in my opinion, not as much of a defensive liability, not as much of a mismatch in the sense of he is physical. He's pretty strong. He can play some straight up defense. And I feel like he's gotten a little bit better in his old age with playing team defense.
Yeah.
But yeah, James Harden. I think I garnered a lot of respect for him just by watching him in Philly, and then obviously him going to the Clippers. I was a little salty at first, but you start to understand why the players move the way they move, and I like what he's done since he's gotten to LA with the Clippers. I think he's proved that he's not not as close to being washed as I may have thought when he first left Philadelphia. So really like him as a facilitator, though. He's a great passer.
Yeah. So for me, man, coming in number 9, one of my favorite point guards in the league. You could argue that he's slightly underrated even to this day. He's been in the league for almost 10 years now. And that is De'Aaron Fox of the San Antonio Spurs. Me and you both had this talk last year around this time, and he went on to give the Utah Jazz like 60 points or some shit like that. This is a guy that has just constantly improved his game every year. To be more exact, with shooting, we all know he can get to the rim. He's probably the fastest guard in the league today, and very explosive. Can get downhill, natural born playmaker. And when he got traded out to San Antonio, he averaged about 20 points, 7 assists. And I think that him being paired with Wembanyama, man, you can expect some big things down there. I don't know if they're ready to get. Well, I know they're not ready to contend for a title, but I like that pairing of Fox and Wemby. That can be a very special duo in this league. And yeah, I got him coming in number 9, man.
No, I like that pick. For me at number 9, I have a guy you already mentioned, Kyrie Irving. I love what you said. He's one of the most gifted players I've ever seen. I've obviously got to watch him for like half a season at Duke, and then his early days in Cleveland, and so on and so forth.
Mhm.
It's just been amazing to watch his trajectory. He's an NBA champion, and he still can cook. Like we say all of these previous accomplishments, but he's still, like you said, an artist with the basketball. He's a pure scorer. And he stepped up as a playmaker for that team. He stepped up as a defender, as just a team player. I feel like a leader on that Mavericks team once Luka left, and we'll see what he can do in the future. But definitely like Kyrie as a top 10 point guard still in this day and age.
Yeah,
Kyrie,
that's fair.
man.
That's fair. He was one off from making my list being top 10, but I ain't mad at that.
Point guard's a tough group. It's a tough group. So
Mhm.
I feel like everything's fair game here.
Yeah. So for me, man, coming in number 8, this is a guy in the regular season, similar to like the Jimmy Butlers in the league, like don't really just do a lot of things that amazes you. He just kind of like solid, but when it comes down to the postseason, he just elevates his level of play. He's a different player in a sense, and I'm talking about Jamal Murray of the Denver Nuggets. Big in the postseason, great second option to Jokic. He just elevates his level of play, just being that clutch scorer. You can get a buck from him when it matters the most. And yeah, he's skilled too. He's like 6'4". He can do a multitude of things. And yeah, he's coming in number 8 on my list, Jamal Murray. Oh, and he steps up under pressure. This is a guy that makes a lot of big time shots. You remember that shot he hit against AD in the postseason last year? That game winner, man, that was filthy, but that's just an example, though.
No, I feel you. I feel you. Definitely, Murray's an interesting case because of the postseason success.
Hmm.
But number 8 for me is actually going to be a guy you previously mentioned as well. I keep saying that. De'Aaron Fox
Okay.
down at San
Fuck.
Antonio. I like his future. I like the pairing with Wembanyama, as you mentioned. And I do like the young nucleus of talent that they have down there with Stefan Castle and company as well. They're building that team the right way, and I do agree. I don't know if they're ready to contend like this season, but maybe the season after, right? Like
Yeah,
let
depends on what they do.
Fox and Wemby get one season together,
One full season.
yeah, and then let's see where they can really go, what their ceiling really is. But yeah, like you said, super quick, so fastest player in the NBA. I feel like that's hard to argue against. Um, it's crazy. You said he's been in the league for 10 years. That's crazy to me. But
Just about 10 years, yeah.
guys come in so young, I guess. It makes sense. It makes sense. But excellent player, De'Aaron Fox, number 8.
Hmm. Yeah, so for me, man, coming in at number 7, you didn't just mention, but you mentioned him. And this is a guy, man, I'm not gonna lie to you. If he don't have a big season, this upcoming season. I don't know if he would ever crack my top 10. I won't say ever again, but for the near future because it is so much talent coming into this league today, and I'm still giving him grace in a sense to kind of like recover from some of the things he's done off the court. And I'm talking about John Morant of the Memphis Grizzlies. I'm still very high on him because I do think a lot of people disrespect him in a sense like the season he had a few years ago was just a fluke or something like that. I disagree with that. When healthy, he's still one of the most electric guards in the league today. Probably the most athletic guard in the league today. So I think he's the only guard to dunk on Wemby. He's done it twice, by the way. So let that sink in. But obviously a high IQ point guard, pretty solid defender. I've seen him grow into as a leader over the past couple of years. I've been to Memphis to see him in person, and just seeing a guy like that, just a high flyer, is just amazing sight to see. So yeah, man, that's so I got a number 7, Ja Morant.
I like it, man. I like it. Number 7 is where a guy I mentioned you disrespected earlier comes in, and that's my man Tyrese Maxey. Yeah, I think he's gonna make some people put some respect back on his name. For some reason, people are talking like he had like a down year last year. Like I don't understand. 26 points per game, 3 rebounds, 6 assists per game. Obviously, the Sixers struggled as an organization, but
What
Tyrese
you mean though?
he still put up dominant numbers last season. He also averaged 1.8 steals per game. The shooting splits, I heard you mention that as well. Yes, they do need to improve. They did go down a little bit. The 44, 34, and 88 splits. But I'll say this, man, I put him ahead of De'Aaron Fox for similar reasons to that. Because you look at De'Aaron Fox, for example, 46, 31, 83 shooting splits. So Maxey's shooting splits are still better than those on a down.
And he's averaging more.
Yeah. So my man Maxey, I think he's going to come out. He seems motivated. I think part of it was just me seeing him in media day today and the confidence that he's working with. And you mentioned it, the franchise, man. It seems like he is stepping in to that 1A, 1B type of role with Embiid on
Yes,
this.
he should though. Yes, he should.
Yeah, Tyrese Maxey at number 7, man. Top 5
Yeah,
season.
yeah, I bet. Just the body speaking right there. How many rebounds you say he averaged? Like what, 3 or 4?
He averaged
Um,
3 rebounds.
yeah,
Yeah.
as a point guard, it sucks, bro. At bare minimum, you got to average at least 7 or more rebounds as a point guard, anyway. Especially if you go if you're going to crack the top 7, anyways. But that's a conversation for another day. But for me, man, coming in at number 6, I got one of my favorite young PGs in the league today, Cade Cunningham of the Detroit Pistons. They had one heck of a season last year. Their coach, JB Bickerstaff, arguably could have won. Wait, no. No, Monty Williams is the coach, right? Of the Detroit Pistons.
Let's double
Damn
check.
it. No, 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 no.
Excuse me.
JB Bickerstaff.
I think
No.
it's Maybe Bickerstaff.
Yeah, no, because Kenny Atkinson is the coach for the Cavs. I'm thinking that,
Yeah,
uh,
it's maybe Bickerstaff. Yeah, because
yeah,
Williams, they paid a ton of money for that.
and they fired him.
So we,
Yeah, but the point I was finna lead to was that you go back to the 23-24 season, they had one of the worst records in the league. Like,
yeah,
it was bad. They went on a losing streak. And flip to last season, they turned the whole strip around, man. Like, you seen guys buying to their roles. They had a few veterans, like obviously we talk a lot of shit about Tobias, but he was actually pretty decent in his role on that team.
yeah,
And Kate Cunningham had a great season, all star for a reason. And they made it to the postseason, man. They got eliminated in the first round, but you can see the potential of that youth over there, bro. Like this team, if they just keep gelling and adding the right veterans around those young guys, that they can potentially do something.
yeah,
And yeah, Cade, man, he's showing flashes like an all around type of player. 6'7", can do a multitude of things: pass, score, rebound, defend. And yeah, for my money, I think that sooner or later he's going to be cracking that top 5, man.
yeah.
So yeah, I got him at 6 right now. Cade Cunningham.
No, I definitely feel you on that. I actually have Kate Cunningham in the same spot at number 6. And this was something we discussed before the show as well, man, because I had him a little bit higher on my list. And you start to talk through it, and you do got to give credit for where some of these other guys have been as far as the success that they've had recently,
Recent years.
that
Yeah.
they've reached recently. But I think that just speaks to how highly I think of Cade Cunningham. You just look at the increases from the season before last to last season, he increased his points total by 4 points, assists by 2 assists, rebounds by 2 rebounds. So everything went up, and so did the Detroit Pistons performance as a unit. So I think it just shows what type of player he can be. He can be a number one as a point guard, as that playmaker. And I think what he has on some of these other guys, once again, is size, man. 6'7". He can defend. And I think that is what is, to your point, going to get him into the top 5 very, very soon as next season, to your point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, that's just the first time we agree, huh?
The first one we had in the same exact spot.
Man, that says a lot. I ain't gonna lie. Coming in number 5, man. This is a guy fresh off an NBA Finals run. I'm talking about Tyrese Halliburton and the Indiana Pacers. Proved a lot of guys wrong last season. You know, they made to the Western Conference Finals last season, well, the season before last, and a lot of people said it was a fluke. You know, due to injuries and stuff. But they went out there and proved those guys wrong, and Tyrese Halliburton had a lot to do with that. A lot of during that postseason run, a lot of iconic sellies he created, like the choke.
Yeah.
He did a dang time, I think. So he had one heck of a run. Unfortunately, man, he tore his Achilles in the finals. That sucks. And who knows if he was healthy, what the result would have been if they would have, been healthy against OKC. But nonetheless, obviously one of the best passers in the league today, just a natural born playmaker. Shooter as well, and he's been improving his game as a scorer too. So
Yeah.
I got Tyrese Halliburton at number 5, man.
Yeah, that's another guy we have in the same exact spot as well.
Oh wow.
Tyrese Halliburton, man, it sucks that he's dealing with that injury, and I struggled with placing him on this list because of that injury, because we don't know what he's going to be going forward once he does come back. But he's still young; he can fight his way back.
He's still young.
Get healthy and get right again. But to your point, he was just getting better and better in the big moments. He was the guy. And I think that just shows a lot. He could be cold the entire game and then come through and hit a game winner in the fourth quarter. It just shows the type of mentality that he's working with, the type of confidence. And you mentioned the playmaking ability, the passing. He's just a natural born playmaker, floor general, orchestrator. And he's like you said, he's arguably one of the best, if not the best passers in the NBA. Quite honestly, man, he's got a natural skill of it. It's honestly very fun to watch when the Pacers get going for that reason. But is improving as a scorer. He has his really high moments where he gets hot, but he's starting to build that consistency, that ability to get to the free throw line and to get into the mid range flow. So Tyrese Halliburton, it'll be interesting to see how he returns from that injury, man.
Yeah, man, for sure. Coming in number 4, man. This is a guy given the opportunity. A franchise believed in him. He took advantage of it. I'm talking about Jalen Brunson of the New York Knicks. Ever since he went over there to New York, man, he just changed that whole franchise around.
Yeah.
Making the playoffs every year since he's been there. He's been their guy. And yeah, man, they don't call him Big Body Brunson for no reason. Big time performances, heavy load in the playoffs, just doing his thing. Obviously defensively, but offensively he got it down packed, man. He can post you up.
Yeah.
Playmaker, obviously gets to the free throw line. We all know that, but he's a big time player for sure, and I got a ton of respect for this dude. And yeah, that's why he's number 4 on my top 15 point guards list.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. I have Jalen Brunson at number 4 as well, and I have my
Hold up, not to cut you. I can kind of say how this finna go.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's about to be the same exact order.
yeah, I can see how this finna go.
I'm pretty sure. Jalen Brunson at number 4. I agree with everything you said, and I've had my beefs with him just because of the Sixers and playing against them in the playoffs and such. But he is an impressive player, especially for his size. He's an elite scorer. And I do consider him a playoff riser. Like, he has shown us that he will come out and have the biggest of nights in the biggest of moments in the Garden, where there's just a ton of lights, a ton of pressure, and he's made that place his home. So got to give him credit where it's due. He's definitely top 5 point guard, I feel like, for everybody. He should be top 4 for my money, man. Like I said, I went back and forth with like Cade Cunningham being a little bit higher just because of what you said about Brunson as a defender. He did kind of get picked on down the stretch defensively, but
Yes.
nonetheless, he's such an elite scorer. It balances it out to an extent. So
Mhm.
yeah, hell of a talent.
Yeah. Hey, I feel it for sure. Coming in number 3, man. Oh my God, my goat, the man with the plan, the light skinned brother, Wardell, Stephen Curry of the Golden State Warriors. Man, you talk about a guy that here we go again. Revolutionized the game for good. Changed the game, and you seeing everybody shooting threes because of him. And yeah, man, like Steph is one of those dudes like you don't want to talk shit to him, bro. Like, he'll pop off for 50. Like he's done it plenty of times in recent memory. But now, like even with the roster shift that we have made, he's still a game changer. Shooting, leadership, that gravity he has is just unteachable. And you know how I feel about Steph. I don't have to doubt it too much. That's my guy.
Go ahead, man. Enjoy
The
yourself.
reason that I'm, you know, got so hooked into basketball, like I was watching as a kid growing up, but seeing that dude play basketball, bro, I just had my eyes hooked to the stream, man. Him and Clay, just the way they played. But to be more exact, obviously Steph. And yeah, you know I gotta show love to 3-0. Top 3 point guard forever in the league until he retire. I'm just putting that out there. He will forever be in my top 3. As long as we do these and he's in the league, bro, forever top 3.
Fair enough. Yeah, that's fair enough. You have him at 3 and not 1, so not necessarily the GOAT right now, but yeah, he is definitely a GOAT. I'm just trolling. He's number 3 for me as well. I agree with everything you said. He's an inspiring player. He changed the dynamic of the NBA. He's turned these teams into when you see these teams shooting a bunch of threes and it's all about efficiency from the 3-point line. A lot of that is inspired by Steph Curry and what he was able to do for the game. Those heights that he reached in those years against Cleveland in the finals and those battles with LeBron, those are going to be some of the memories that we'll keep forever. And he's still putting up crazy numbers and whenever he really wants throughout a season. Stayed steady last year, close to 25 points, 4 rebounds, 6 assists per game. The efficiency is obviously always there, 45, 40, 93 splits. So, yeah, I think Steph has always proved to be a team guy when it comes to defense. Like when we keep talking about like the defensive impact of all these point guards, I do think Steph is one of those guys that we've seen him get picked on at times, but it's really hard to pick on him with the effort that he plays with and
Yeah.
the integrity that he plays with. So, yeah, Steph Curry, top 3 point guard, nonetheless, a hell of a leader for sure.
Hey, hey, I give you a props too, bro. For you to say that, that lets me know something. For real, because most people be quick to say Steph don't guard or he's trash defensively, but like the statements you said, bro, you're so correct. Like Steph isn't this great defender, but he ain't no, be where neither though. He's going to hold up. He's pretty strong for his size. You're not just going to keep constantly picking on him like this. So
No,
yeah.
I agree, man. I agree. We're
Coming
champions
in,
like that, right? So yeah,
you say what?
you don't win championships.
Yeah,
Not
everybody has to buy in. Like if you're a leader, like Steph is buying in defensively, it's kind of hard for you not to as well. So
exactly,
yeah.
exactly, bro.
So coming in number 2, man, this is a guy. Me and you talked about this enough times, but I gotta bring it to light again. This is a guy that got traded mid-season, and he's the type of player that's generational. I consider.
Yeah,
And he's the type of player like if he gets traded, you kind of know that just about everybody in the league is available, and they don't even know they're available for real unless you like Steph and LeBron. But I'm talking about Luka Doncic of the Dallas Mavericks, bro. I mean the Los Angeles Lakers. Excuse me. Fresh off an NBA Finals run just in 2024,
yeah,
heck of a season he had. Like even before he got traded, he had a solid season.
yeah.
But even when he got with the Lakers, man, just was such a seamlessly fit like him and LeBron, Austin Reeves, all those guys. We all know what Luca about, man. Still the centerpiece, 6'7", a scorer, shot creator, has court vision, and yeah, just about everything still is run through him. Even with LeBron on the team, that says a lot. So I got Luca Magic at number 2, man. The top 15 point guards.
I got Luca in the same spot, and that leaves us with one guy at number 1, which we can discuss right after this. But Everything you said, man, Luka being the orchestrator, the fact that he went to the Lakers and is now the guy, like that's his team, like that is LeBron still playing at a very high level, and even he knows to kind of step to the side to an extent, right? And let Luka do his thing and let him run that team. And they're starting to build around Luka for the future, right? They're
Yeah.
as they should, right? Like that
Yeah,
was
they should. Yeah, they should.
to trade him, but that could end up being one of the best things that ever happened to Luka Doncic when he looks in reverse or in review, right? And I say that because this is going to leave him so motivated to get ditched by an organization like Dallas did to kind of like embarrass him in a sense. Like that is embarrassing that the Dallas Mavericks think that they can be better without a player that appears to be of the level of Luka Doncic. And so I think he's going to take those defensive comments very personal. I think from what I've been seeing, he looks like he's going to come into this season in some decent shape. He was playing.
He slammed down.
So I think with him, it was just always about effort and staying in shape when it comes to defense. He's got size, he's got athleticism. And he's obviously an elite scorer, like a beyond elite scorer. A great playmaker, man. You hit the nail on the head. I won't say too much more about him, but it leaves us with one guy, man, and it's the one guy that was able to accomplish what Luka wasn't.
So. Ooh, that's a shot. That's a shot. But hey, it's the truth, though. The truth hurts, but in the end, SGA was able to get the job done. That's who both of us got at number one.
Yeah.
First off, NBA championship, led those guys. You have to give this man a lot of credit, bro. Like, for sure was the MVP to begin with. Like, there was a lot of times during this last season where OKC was going through injuries. Like, at one point, they didn't have Chet or Isaiah Hartenstein. They were still getting major wins.
Yeah.
Hey, they even played J-Dub at the 5 at times. It's just how small they were. And SGA was just leading those guys and guiding those guys along the way, which eventually translated to the postseason. What a run that was. The NBA champions took advantage of the opportunity, and he was behind OKC success, two-way threat, efficient, steady, one of the best mid-range scorers in the league. Obviously, he can get to the free throw line without a doubt. But I'm not gonna take that away from him. He's still one of the best players in his league today, and that's why he made both of our lists at number one. Got to get a man his respect.
Yeah, no, I don't have too much more to add on to that. MVP, Finals MVP. He's able, to go out there on the biggest stage and do what he does, man, and that's score the rock. He can score at will. He can score quick. He scores in bunches, and he can score from all three levels. I think he stepped up as a 3-point shooter last year, even. Taking a few more, but was still able to shoot with efficiency from out there as well. Man, it's hard to say what his what his ceiling is, right? When it comes to career and accomplishments that he'll be able to, achieve, barring health, over the next few seasons. So exciting future for SGA. Him and Luka, I imagine, will be battling for this top spot in seasons to come as we move forward, man.
Yeah, for sure. But nah, man, that was pretty good. So from 6 on up, we had the same. Yeah. So
now,
kind of like,
I'll throw it out there. I changed my list right before the show because we discussed some things about Cade Cunningham.
Yeah.
I had Cade Cunningham top 3. I think that's where he might be by the end of next season, but I didn't want to get too ahead of myself. I did not want to get too ahead of myself. So, yeah, moving him down shifted and made our top 6 the exact same.
Yeah. So before we dive into the last segment, we kind of just go through it real quickly and just name them. So for me, man, number 1, SGA. Number 2, Luka. Number 3, Steph. Number 4, Brunson. Number 5, Tyrese Halliburton. Number 6, Cade Cunningham. Number 7, John Morant. Number 8, Jamal Murray. Number 9, De'Aaron Fox. Number 10, Tyrese Maxey. Number 11, Kyrie Irving. Number 12, Trae Young. Number 13, James Harden. Number 14, Darius Garland. Number 15, Tyler Hero. Those are my top 15 point guards in the NBA.
Love it. Love it. A lot of talent to choose from for this list. For me, it was SGA at number 1, Luka at number 2, Steph at number 3, Brunson at number 4, Hallie at number 5, got Cade at number 6, my man Maxey, the franchise at number 7. Number 8, De'Aaron Fox. Number 9, Kyrie Irving. Number 10, James Harden. Number 11, Trae Young. Number 12, Ja Morant. Number 13, Jamal Murray. Number 14, Tyler Hero. And number 15, LaMelo Ball of the Charlotte Hornets. For
Yes,
my top
sir.
15 PGs.
Yes, sir, man. Let's get ready to end this episode out with the weekly Who You Got segment. Hey, man, since it's a PG theme episode, we have a free options of PGs to discuss here. First off, we're gonna do Luca versus SGA. Who is more likely to win MVP next season?
This is actually tough because I do like Luka's odds in LA just with having that team structured around him. But I got to go with SGA just with the matter of like team success always being factored in. But it is hard to win it back to back. I'm going to go with SGA though.
Okay. Me, man, I'm gonna go with Luca. You seen what he was able to do in Dallas with those bigs, Gafford and Lively. Not to take none away from them, from their skill set and what they bring to the table, but he has DeAndre Ayton on the team now. Just imagine what he's going to look like alongside a guy like Luca. Like this man may potentially make the All Star game, and you go from uh Gafford and Lively to DeAndre Ayton. That says a lot in a sense. And then also he recruited Marcus Smart. Nonetheless, I just think Luke going to have a good overall season, and I think he's due for MVP if you think about it. So yeah, my guy Scotty has kind of frozen out a little bit here. Let's see. We better come back. Oh man. Well, he just disappeared.
Yo,
Yo,
you
you
hear me?
good?
My bad, bro. My shit, I lost connection for some reason on my laptop, but my bad. Oh my goodness.
No, you good. You want to kind of go over that again, or or what?
Nah, I mean, the last part I heard was you were going with Lucas.
Yeah, I just basically said that he was due for one in a sense. Honestly, like he's been the league's favorite to win it for quite some time now. I just think he's due for it, and you just alluded to it. Like during the top 15, the roster is pretty much built around him. And I was basically saying like if you go from Lively and Gafford to a guy like Aiden who has the skill and talent, imagine like what that looks like. So
Yeah.
yeah, I just think he's due for one. And then lastly with that segment, who would you rather start a franchise with, Luka Doncic or Shea Gilgeous-Alexander?
Mm, that's tough. That's really tough. Um,
It's a good question.
I'm gonna go with SGA, man. I'm gonna go with
Okay.
SGA just because of the defensive ability.
Mhm.
The fact that he's in shape, man. Like I hate to like base it on that, but it's always come down to conditioning
Valid.
with Luca. And the fact that you don't have to worry about that with SGA is like a big plus for me. Yeah, I'll go with SGA, but it's super tough with Luca's offensive ability.
Yeah. Hey, I feel I agree. I'm gonna go with SJ too. It's just his defense. I'm biased towards that. I love defense. So
Yeah.
yeah, not to take away from Luca. We gotta know Luca about. But if I had to start a team, I would definitely go with SGA. So yeah, we agree on that one.
No.
And then lastly, man, with the Who You Got segment, we have Jalen Brunson versus Cade Cunningham. Who's the better flow general today, Jalen Brunson or Cade Cunningham?
Floor general. That's the key question, man. Today, I'm gonna go with Jalen Brunson. Today.
Okay.
Tomorrow, I'm gonna go with K.
Hey, that's valid though.
Today,
That's valid.
Brunson's accomplished in the postseason, the highs that he's been able to reach, the ability to win a game by himself with his scoring.
Mhm.
I think you do have to give him some credit, but floor general is interesting. Cade already averages more assists, so it's interesting. But I'll give the nod to the guy with the experience.
Hey, that's fair. Better flow general today, man. Jalen Brunson does attracts a lot of attention. I'm not gonna lie to you, but
He's more of a scorer.
he is. It's just tough, bro. Because if you think about like last season, Kay Cunningham averaged more assists than Brunson. He averaged like 9 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And even since he's been in the league, he's been averaging like over 6. I want to say so.
Yeah,
Man, that's a tough one. I'm gonna go with Cunningham on that one because I think Brunson is more so a score first PG. He can play make. Don't get me wrong. Give you like 6 or 7 a game.
yeah,
But I just think he's more so a score first PG, whereas the Cade is a like a natural gifted thing where he's a natural playmaker and can get you buckets too. So I'm gonna have to go with Cade on that. I think he's a better flow general today.
that's fair.
And then lastly, who would you trust in the playoffs more in about 3 years? Cade Cunningham or Jalen Brunson?
I'm definitely going Cade Cunningham.
Hey, that's fair.
Watched the
That's fair.
show, knew I was going that way. But yeah, he's only going to get better, and you can argue that he contributes more to his team now. Like you can argue it. I don't even think it'll be an argument in 3 years. I think Cade Cunningham is going to keep rising, whereas Jalen Brunson, like he's a little bit older of a guy that
Mhm.
is like just ascending in a sense. It's not to say he's old, but he is older than Cade Cunningham. And defensively, Cade Cunningham's always going to be better than Jalen Brunson. So,
Yeah, and I was just about to add to that. Like, to be fair, though, to be fair, in the postseason, Cade Cunningham doesn't get picked on defensively.
yeah,
And you have to take account for this too. Jalen Brunson has some defenders surrounded by him, but he still get picked on, and that's a problem.
yeah,
So that says a lot right there in a sense. Well, it doesn't really help that you got Carter Towns on your team too. So, you getting picked on, and he getting picked on. So I guess you can look at it from that perspective. But no, I agree, man. I would go with Cade Cunningham,
yeah.
um, who I would trust more in the postseason about 3 years from now. So
Let me ask you something. And it's not a who you got, but just as we're rounding out this conversation about these point guards, what are the odds that Cade gets to the Luca SGA conversation, like the Luca SGA level?
it's a good question. It's up there because his ceiling is so high, bro. It really is. Like, if he can stay healthy, bro, and just keep putting in the work, he can dead ass be a top five, maybe crack the top three, bro. Like,
Yeah,
just depending on how his success going. And I think this season will dictates a lot because the East is wide open. And if they make a deep run to like the Eastern Conference Finals, bro, and he's just killing it, that's going to tell us a whole lot. So I think he can potentially crack it. I don't want to kind of disrespect SJ and Luca because they established themselves pretty early on in their careers. To be
already.
more exact, Luca anyway.
Yeah.
But I think he can get up in that combo for sure.
Is there anybody else further down the list that you think could get there by chance?
Like
Ja Morant.
in that conversation with Luca and SGA.
Like you said, 3 years maybe. Like, is there a chance
Oh,
Ja Morant
boy.
can get there? Fox, Maxi. I don't know. Like,
A
I
young
guess
player.
those. Yeah, I mean, I would say no, but
Yeah, I would want to say like a young player. How would they look 3 years from now?
yeah,
I think Maxi is on the right trajectory. It just I don't know about him being in Philly though, bro. Like with all due respect, bro, it's just something about them. I don't want him to kind of fall into the injury thing too, because he has all the talent in the world though. Like
wow,
so, bro, come on, man. Like,
whatever.
dude, bro, come
Wow.
on.
We're gonna ruin Maxi now. He wants Maxi to leave the Sixers, so then I'll be left with nothing.
I did not say that, but hey,
No,
hey,
I hear you. You don't think he's gonna reach his pinnacle on the Sixers. You think he
I
has
did not say
self.
that either. I did not say that either. I'm just saying I don't want him to get caught up with the injuries nonsense. You know what I'm saying? Like he has all the
I
talent in the
feel the
world.
curse. The curse.
Well, between you and New Orleans, bro, it just don't look too good, bro. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I have a feeling if Maxi ever leaves the Sixers, he'll be heading back to Texas where he's from, for sure. Whether that's the Rockets or the Spurs, whatever it may be, the Mavericks. Yeah, I think he'll head back to Texas if he ever does leave the Sixers. But we'll see, man. We'll see. You never know what happens in this NBA. Top 3 point guard gets traded in the middle of
Yeah,
a
that's what I'm saying, man. Well, that was man, what a trade that was. But no, man, that's pretty much it. You got anything else you want to say before I get us out of here?
No, man, we'll be back next week. We'll have some fresh topics. I'm sure some news will drop as we get closer
I
to
hope.
season
I
getting.
hope.
So
I hope.
we'll be coming back with more content, more and more each week goes by. It's content season, man. We're in the prime of football season. Baseball, basketball is about to start. College sports are starting. So
Yeah,
uh,
it's a lot. It's a lot, bro.
in the peak of content and sports season. So I'm
Best time of
excited.
the year. Best time of the year. But no, man, shout out to my guy Scotty, made me putting in the work. This is the third podcast he has done today, so shout out to him. He's the real MVP. And yeah, man, like he said, we should be back here again next week. Just trying to get back in the flow of things. The NBA season right around the corner, and hopefully when me and him come back next week, bro, his situation with Quentin Grimes get solved, and my situation with Jonathan Kaminga get solved. I'm tired of dealing with this, bro.
Let's
3 freaking months of this has been going on. This is unheard of. We have never seen this, and it's still going on. So hopefully we find a resolution to that. But nonetheless, make sure you guys subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't already. Follow us on TikTok, and we post short clips on that just in case you guys missed the full live pod we've been doing at NBA to the Galaxy Pod. And yeah, man, that's pretty much it. We appreciate all you guys. And with that being said, we out. Peace.
Yes, sir. Catch y'all next week. Thanks for tuning in. Peace, everybody.